Here's how to idle on a unicycle. I'm not kidding. I made another video about how to idle and I'm not entirely satisfied with it. So now we're going to offer a new and improved tutorial and explanation about how to idle on a unicycle, starting here. When idling, you're essentially moving back and forth on the wheel to stay in the same general area. This can be helpful for not getting off while waiting at a red light, or just a trick you can do while juggling or lifting weights. Either way, the goal is to move the wheel in front of you and then behind you while your torso stays roughly in the same space. When the wheel is behind you, you should be leaning forward. If you're leaning forward, you're falling forward, and if you're falling forward, your wheel needs to catch you. So you pedal so it gets ahead of you. But hey, look at that, now you're leaning backwards. If you're leaning backwards, you're falling backwards, so your wheel needs to go behind you to catch you, and you just repeat the process so you stay in one general area. This is much easier to do than just stay on a single point without moving. You might have noticed that my left pedal never leaves the bottom half of its crank cycle. This means you're constantly keeping your weight on that pedal, except for the times where you let up to let the crank come up. This is why this jig is helpful. When your leg is off the ground, it really can't hold the weight, so I'm keeping all of my weight on my left leg when I step, which is the same thing you do when your pedal gets to 3 and 9 o'clock. This stance is obviously not exactly the method needed to idle, but it does help you get the rhythm of it. To put this stance into practice, go to a wall and roll a half crank forward and then stop. Then a half crank backwards and stop. If it's ugly and choppy, that's okay. Keep it up. Maybe make it a little bit more smooth, maybe use a wall a little bit less, maybe decrease the time you take pausing in between going forward and back. Take breaks and practice this until you're ready to leave the wall. You'll notice that you're essentially doing a variation of this jig on a unicycle. But this isn't the only thing needed to idle. Going forwards and backwards keeps you from falling forwards and backwards, but what keeps you falling from left to right? When normal riding, the unicycle squiggles. It doesn't follow a straight path, and I've talked about this way too much in the past, but this wiggly path keeps you from falling from left or right. You may have noticed it when riding normally, and if you didn't, well, you may now. But we're not riding normally. We're just making small movements back and forth, so the squiggle can't really help us here, right? Well, it can. When idling, the squiggle just becomes a C shape. Sort of a weird C shape, but a C shape nonetheless. And your hips are going to be the driving force to make those C's sharper or straighter to catch you when you're falling to either side. Let me explain. When your left pedal goes down, there's a tendency for the unicycle to swivel in the direction of that foot. So when you go forward by pushing the left pedal down, you're swiveling to the left, and when you're going backwards, it reverses the pattern. So we can use this to our advantage to keep upright by exaggerating the depth of the C shape when falling to the left while idling, and straightening the depth of the C when falling to the right. Of course, this is assuming that your left foot is your driver foot. If my center of gravity is falling to the left, I can really swivel my hips so that the C path of the tire catches me generally where I was going to fall. And if I'm still falling to the left, I can swivel my hips on the way back so the C hits that center of gravity too. If I'm falling to the right, I can straighten out the C and swivel my hips to the right to change the direction of the tire path. And actually, changing the direction of where your tire path goes can catch you if you're falling in literally any direction. Think of your hips as the steering wheel to work with the natural path of the unicycle rather than having your unicycle just go forwards and backwards. Ideally, that is the goal since it's less effort, but until then, use those hips. So regardless of if you have a tendency to make C shapes with your tire path or really move those hips, as long as you have a good rhythm and have a way to catch yourself wherever you may be leaning, you can idle. This is why that step jig wasn't really straight and I was crossing over the plane of my foot. It was to get you in the habit of using your hips to dictate how exaggerated the C will be, and where next to point your wheel. And that's all our bases for idling. We're staying in the same general area, we can catch ourselves if we're falling forwards or backwards, and we can catch ourselves if we're falling to the left or the right, or any direction. If you can do all those three, you can idle. Practice these movements, the jig on the wall, and being really active with your hips so you can have a wider range of control on your C tire path. Thank you all for watching. I really want to know how this goes, so do let me know in the comments how it went and if you'd offer any tips to people trying to learn as well. And consider subscribing if you want more unicycle content. Thanks and good luck.